Hello and a very good evening to everyone joining Sri Lanka's number one sports channel, the Papare TV, as we bring you live coverage from Bogambara Stadium here in Kandy between this important ball segment match between Kingswood College, Kandy hosting D.S Senanayake from Colombo. It's going to be an interesting game, and the first game that will be played here at Bogambara. And joining me in commentary is Janadu Himsara. Very good evening, Janadu.
A very good evening, Kavinta. Yes, interesting facts that Bogambara Stadium hosting their first game for the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2026, and of course Kingswood College Kandy hosting D.S Senanayake College in an important fixture in this ball segment. It's going to be a very interesting game. Of course, the weather and the overcast conditions are looking perfect as well for a good game of rugby. Of course, the wind will play a critical role here, especially that territorial game when it comes to the kicking game will play an important role. And of course, these two teams are top favorites in the ball segment, isn't it, Kavinta? It will be an interesting one how they are going to take each other.
Yeah, the conditions for today from Bogambara. It's sunny, 24 degrees Celsius and a wind speed of 14 kilometers per hour coming in from the left of your screen to the right. And this Bogambara Stadium has hosted a lot of games, and it will be a tough day for the hookers because there's a strong wind coming in from the left of your screen and to the right. And let's now take a look at the week 8 fixtures and results. The Thomians managed to down Sri Sumangala 42 points to 10, and you commentated that, Janadu, and it was a game where there was a lot of mistakes. But the Thurston St. Joseph's match went really close, 24 points to 22. And Thurston could have won that in the last minute, but they did not take the penalty. And today we have the all-important Trinity Zaira at Zaira College grounds at Maradana. That's a virtual final. Both two teams unbeaten. And Royal will take on St. Peter's as Wesley take on Isipatana. And there's Anand taking on St. Anthony's at Anand College grounds as well. And the game we are bringing to you live from the bowl segment. Kingswood taking on D.S Senanayake, and Science will take on Mahanama tomorrow, and Prince of Wales will face Lumbini. That is also tomorrow scheduled at Ratmalana.
Yes, plenty of decisive games happening this week, and of course do stay tuned with us. We'll bring you more action from the other side.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
අබාන්ස් ෆ්‍රිජ් කියන්නේ බවුලට හරිම ෆ්‍රිජ් එකක්. අබාන්ස් ෆැමිලි එකට හරියන අපේ රටේ ෆ්‍රිජ් එක.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Introducing new Air Action Mentos, the peak of freshness. Mentos, yes to fresh.
Let's KFC! Making moments special. Most value for money from KFC.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Akavani.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න. ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
When the world says no access,
Or this is not for you.
And it can't be done. Just say, I can.
Pure, naturally healthy American water. Live more.
Pain can pause your active life. Get the all-new Woo Pain Relief Spray for fast, long-lasting pain relief.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
එතකොට මහත්යාරුනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
For passion, a competitive spirit. It's for the night owls, the hard workers. It's for those who do and want to keep doing. Right. Real energy.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න. ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Introducing new Air Action Mentos, the peak of freshness. Yes, too fresh.
Captain Cool, Captain Cool, Captain Cool.
අවුව නිසා බොඩි එක කූල් නැත්තම් මයින්ඩ් එකත් කූල් නැහැ. ඒකට තමයි Dettol Icy Cool.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Welcome back to Bogambara Stadium, where Kingswood College Kandy will be hosting D.S Senanayake from Colombo. It's a virtual final here at Bogambara. Kingswood have won all games in the ball segment. And now let's take a look at the points table of the cup segment. Trinity and Zaira. That's the game that's happening today at Zaira College grounds at Maradana. 18 points apiece. Zahira lost to St. Thomas's, but they won against Royal. Royal qualified to the cup segment. That is why they have that 3 wins out of 3, and closely followed by the Peterites at 13 points. They lost to Zaira last week, and they still have a chance to win the league, but it's an outside chance. And Isipatana is in fourth position with 8 points, and Wesley and Royal at the bottom of that table with just 2 points.
Looking at
the plague segment, did go to the wire yesterday where St. Joseph's took on Thurston at Subudadasa. That was a very, very close game where St. Joseph's managed to get the win in favour of them. Just a 2 point deficit, but St. Joseph's are in the top in that plague segment, and Thurston on the second. And of course Anand also, who has shown some promising performances in this plague segment, have ended up in third. And St. Thomas's finally managing to grab their first victory yesterday against Sri Sumangal College Kandy. A comprehensive win where Mayanka Dias and Zaid Nagba put on a brilliant show, and of course Sri Sumangal and the Antonians are in the latter in that plate segment. We'll have to think about something, and of course just one game or so remaining in this Dialog Schools Rugby League, and for these two teams in the bottom, they will have something to think about.
And what is important to these two schools, Kingswood and D.S, taking it out here at Bogambara. We are live win at the kickoff is scheduled at 4:15, and Kingswood sitting top with 17 points, and closely followed by D.S Senanayake, who have lost one game, and Science with 13 points, and Mahanam in that relegation battle 8 points, and Lumbini and Prince of Wales at the moment, if the standings go forward, they'll definitely go to the B division with Dharmaraj and Vidyartha have managed to secure an important A division place in the next year's league.
Yes, absolutely. This year's season have been brilliant, and of course looking at the cup segment scenarios, Trinity College, of course they are unbeaten from the start of the season, where they won the Knockouts Championship as well, and heading into the Schools Rugby League they are still unbeaten, and the scenario for them, they have to win their both games today against Zaira, and next week they will meet the Petrites at Bumblapitiya, so it's going to be a tough task for them. And of course similar scenario for Zaira as well. They will have to win against Trinity today, and the game against Isipatana next week. And of course a different scenario for the Petrites. Trinity has to beat Zaira, and then must beat Royal and Trinity with bonus points, while denying Trinity to losing 2 bonus points. So St. Peter's have a big task, and of course the results will have to go in favour of them as well. But these three teams are the ones that's reckoning for this league championship.
And next up we have the top prize scorers of the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2026. Nitshan Mantusha sits at the top with 9 tries, the second centre for the Peterites, closely followed by Shan Altaf, the fullback of Trinity and the captain of Trinity. And then we have Shanuka Pereira, the number 8 of the Peterites, and Dinuka Jayasundara, the Antonian, with 7 tries. What a season he's had. Although and the Antonians have had an average season, he's managed to score 7 tries, 7 important tries as well. And the third Peterite there is Hashara Madugaske with 7 tries. There are 3 Peterites in that top prize scorers: Netshan Manchuta, Shanuka Pereira and Hashara Madugaske. And next up we have the top point scorers. Dinesh Chamuzda sitting at the top with 74 points. He did not play a couple of matches in the season, in the start of the season as well, but after having returned to that fullback position of Anand, he has managed to score heavily. And next up we have Sachin Indura with 73 points, the captain of Lumbini, featuring in the second position. And 2 players who the teams have had average seasons, but these 2 have really stood up. And next we have Shan Altaf with 67 points, and the playmaker of Isipatana Nimant Sandeep with 64. And Mayanka Dias yesterday had a brilliant game, and he has 58 points to show for himself.
Yes, Mayanka Dias was absolutely brilliant yesterday. 22 points for himself. So definitely that highest point scorer list will have a change next week, Kavint. We'll have a look at that next week. But if you look at the the results so far for Kingswood haven't been the greatest of seasons and they're not the best of starts as well. They started their season against Zaire just a 5-point deficit, 20 points to 15. That game went away, and second they met St. Thomas's 33 points to 12. They lost that game as well. And then against Thurston, a very close encounter, 25 points to 21. And of course against Royal, Kingswood did perform absolutely well, but just those finishing touches did not help them to go over Royal. So 13 points to 6, Royal managed to win that game as well. And then from the super round, Kingswood have shown some promising performances where they met Science in their first game. They were able to beat Science College Mount Levin at 25 points to 21, and against Mahanam 29 points to 12, and against Prince of Wales 34 points to 5. So the last 3 games Kingswood College have done brilliantly and they've been able to grab their victories. And against D.S Senanayake, they'll have to make sure that they do the same thing that they continued the past 3 weeks, and of course they'll have the ball title in their hands.
Well, taking a look at the D.S Senanayake results so far, they met Sri Sumangala in the first game, and they lost that 28 points to 26. And next up against Isipatana, it was an easy go for Isipatana, 33 points to 10. And against the Antonians, they did manage to win 21 points. Or rather, the Antonians won 21 points to 17. And against Trinity, it was 41 points to 10. And Lumbini did manage to win that as well. And against Prince of Wales, it was 27 points to 21. And against Science, it was 36 points to 37, losing by just 1 point. And we have the game against Kingswood happening now. And next week they have Mahanam. They have played 7 matches, won 3 and lost 4. Now we will go for a short commercial break, and when we do come back, we'll have more team news and live action.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
අවුව නිසා බොඩි එක කූල් නැත්තම් මයින්ඩ් එකත් කූල් නැහැ. ඒකට තමයි ඩෙටෝල් අයිසි කූල්. අවුවත් එක්ක ඇති වෙන දාඩිය නිසා හැදෙන විෂ බීජ වලින් ආරක්ෂා කර ඔබේ ඇඟ 3 ගුණයකින් කූල් කරයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
LG Dual Cool Inverter Biosamanyantra 70ක් දක්වා විදුලි ඉතිරි කරමි. රුපියල් 2,19,990ක් වැනි අදාහගත නොහැකි තීමනාවකට අභාන්සුවීම පමණයි.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
Perfectly Swiss Tech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swiss Tech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න. ළඟම LB Finance එකට එන්න.
මවනා ඔබටයි. Hey, I'm a hello ball on the classic got to go.
Go, pocket perfume. You think it go ekak.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Kitchen එක අබාස් කරන්නේ දැන් wife උත් happy එකේ ඉන්නේ wife happy කරන්නේ kitchen එක අබාස් කරන්නේ
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
උස්වත්තු පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රසයක් බැයිය. Chirpy chips. රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
That was summer refresh when the train gotta go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
Introducing new Air Action Mentos, the peak of freshness. Yes, too fresh.
වාජ්‍ය සේවක ඔබට සුවිශේෂී දීමනාවක් ඕනෑම ස්මාර්ට්ෆෝන් එකක් මාස 12න් ටික ගිවන්න ගන්න. අවම මූලික ගෙවීම රුපියල් 6550 සිට ඔබ ළඟම බාන්ස් එකට යන්න.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Built for every season. Customizable. Lightweight. Made to last beautifully. Alumex Fencing System. Sri Lanka's #1 and the most trusted aluminium brand.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
හඳුන්වාදන කීස් ක්‍රෙස්ට් අල්ටිමේට් ක්‍රිස්පි චිකන් එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක. ක්‍රන්චි කටගැස්මකට ක්‍රිස්පි චිකන් තයි. ස්පයිසි වයිබ් එකට ස්පයිසි ක්‍රිස්පි චිකන් ස්ට්‍රිප්. ෂෙයා කරන් කන්න ක්‍රිස්පි චිකන් පොප්කෝර්න්. රස ඩබල් කරන බාර්බිකියු සෝස් සමග කීස් ක්‍රෙස්ට් අල්ටිමේට් ක්‍රිස්පි චිකන් එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මා ගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
අබාන්ස් ෆ්‍රිජ් කියන්නේ අබාන්ස් ෆ්‍රිජ් කියන්නේ පවුලට හරිම ෆ්‍රිජ් එකක්. අබාන්ස් ෆැමිලි එකට හරියන අපේ රටේ ෆ්‍රිජ් එක.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Introducing new Air Action Mentos, the peak of freshness. Mentos, yes, too fresh.
Let's KFC. Making moments special. Most value for money from KFC.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Cavani.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න. ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
නව
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
When the world says no access,
or this is not for you.
And it can't be done. Just say, I can. Pure, naturally healthy American water. Live more.
Pain can pause your active life. Get the all-new Move Pain Relief Spray for fast, long-lasting pain relief.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
එතකොට මහත්යාරුනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
For passion, a competitive spirit is for the night owls, the hard workers. It's for those who do and want to keep doing. Right. Real energy.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
උස්වත්තු පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
Welcome back to Bogambara Stadium, where Kingswood College will be hosting D.S Senanayake from Colombo in a virtual gold segment final. Kingswood has 17 points and D.S Senanayake has 14 points, and this game is probably going to decide who is going to win the gold segment. And the wind now has died down, but it will probably increase as the game progresses. And looking at the season, Kingswood has had a good first half to say Janidu, and even against Zahira they managed to get the lead in the first half, and even in a lot of other games Kingswood have played good in rough patches, but they need to continue playing that. And for D.S Senanayake, it has been an average season so far, hasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. If you look at the Kingswood outfit, yes, even though the results have not been in favour of them, they've overall played some brilliant rugby. On the other hand, D.S Senanayake College, a side that has a lot of potential, especially if you look at last year's under 18 sevens. This particular side were the cup runners up. So coming into this season, a lot of expectations were ahead of them, but nevertheless, DS just nothing not working in favour of them. And of course, this game here at Bogambara is going to be a very, very interesting one. And of course, the home advantage will definitely have a big advantage for the Kingswoodians, because they know about this ground very well. They know how the wind reacts. They know how about the angles. They have touched down this grass. So of course, that's going to be a big advantage. But nevertheless, DS can be an unpredictable side as well.
Yeah, Kingswood playing their first home game here at Bogambara. This is where they practice, and this is where a lot of Kandy teams practice. Kingswood, Sri Subangala, Sylvesters, Dharmaraja all know this ground really, really well. But due to the conditions in the first half of the season in Bogambara, that is why the games weren't played here at Bogambara. They were played at Nithawale and Palakale. But the conditions are now good for fast running rugby here at Bogambara, as Kingswood, the final huddle just before kickoff, as we take a look at the referees for the game. It will be referee Ishanka Bekun, who will be the main match official alongside Akila Senaratna and Darshika Vasala. And by the looks of it, Kingswood will be receiving, and D.S Senanayake will be getting the first use with the wind, kicking off from the left to right by the looks of it. There's a lot of good players for Kingswood to look out for, especially the number 8, Menusha Marasinghe and Dinet Ranavira. Dinet Ranavira is the brother of Lakshita Ranavira. He played in that side which brought back Kingswood to the A division, which was captained by Heshan Jansen, and has a good head on his shoulders. And the captain, Navisha, is also a very good try scorer for Kingswood. He's managed to score a couple of brilliant tries whenever Kingswood needed them. And it will be Kingswood who will be kicking things off from the right to left. And it will be D.S Senanayake who will be playing with the wind. And it's Shamit Chafras, the player, Swiss Tech player of the match in the game between Science and Kingswood that was played at Pallekele.
Ready? Yes, pretty much a lot of responsibilities for both these teams. From the DS outfit, Praveen Lakmal, Bhuti the Risuru, Sujiva Kumar, Tatira Perera, the skipper, all of them will have to make sure that they contribute well as Kingswood starts off with a high 10-meter kick as the ball bundles down to touch. That will probably bring the first Rexona line out of the game in this ball segment fixture.
Yeah, if you can take a look at that flag of the AR, it's coming in from the left to right, and D.S Senanayake will be mindful to get a straight throw. Don't think that was there was a contest. That was why he was given. He has the number 8 taking the ball into contact. Ball available for D.S Senanayake. They've taken the ball back inside the 22 meters. Can't kick this out on the full. Puts a high up and under. And Ashik Kasmi lets the ball bounce. Inside the 22 meters is Kingswood. And he returns the favour. D.S Senanayake fullback collects it at the 50th meter mark, and he decides to run, and he's still on his feet. Is the fullback. Ball available. Ball presented to the number 9. Gives it to the number 12 who's acting as the fly half. He takes the ball into contact. Numbers opening up on the far side. An inside pass to one of the locks. Here's D.S Senanayake. Decided to give the ball late. Kingswood just outside the 22 meters. D.S Senanayake gives it to his first spot of forwards. Ball being knocked back. Ball available to the flanker.
High tackle.
Might be a high tackle coming in. Well spotted by the referee Ishanka Bekun. And it will be the first Alumex penalty of the game for D.S Senanayake. And it's right down the middle. Will they opt for touch or will they go for the 3?
Well, yes, brilliant work there by Bhuti the Risuru, the number 15 for DS, who did brilliantly to come back to their own half and getting that penalty in favour of them. Tatira Perera puts it to touch. So definitely more likely they'll try to set their rolling more.
It's a line out, a Rexona line out, the second Rexona line out of the game for D.S Senanayake. The wind is coming in from the left to right. The first one was an okay throw for D.S Senanayake. It's Praveen Lakmal who will be throwing in to this line out. This is a 7-man line out for D.S Senanayake, and opts to go at the back and forms the ball. And here's the fly scrum half, gives it out inside the 22 meters. Ball turned over brilliantly by Kingswood. Think it was Dimash Tilakaratne. Ball available in the Kingswood side. Gives it to Safras, who knocks the ball on. And the ball has been charged and touched down. But the referee, Ishankar Bilgun, will bring back play to where the knock-on occurred. And it was horrible work from the number 9, Dulaj Fernando and Shamit Safras. From inside the 22 meters, you need to clear that line, Janidu.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot do anything big inside the red zone. You've got to make sure that you clear those lines. Take a look at that cardinal error there. Couch forward, and if referee had played it on, it would have been a clean try for D.S Senanayake College. But nevertheless, yes, that 5-meter Cavani scrum down in favor of DS now.
Feeds it back. Stay back. Praveen Lakmal at the back. Breaks away brilliantly. Held strong by the centers of Kingswood. Ball available. Goes through the fringes. Does D.S Senanayake? Will they have the first Amana Bank try of the game? Yes, the number 8. Good defense coming in from Kingswood yet again.
Go back.
Mohamed Ishan has the ball at the back. Advantage being played and the try has been scored. The first Amana Bank try of the game. Looks like it's Praveen Lakmal, the hooker of D.S Senanayake, who goes over. Brilliant work under the posts and scores the first Amana Bank try of the game.
Yes, absolutely. Praveen Lakmal has been absolutely brilliant. His individual performance has contributed ahead of D.S Senanayake College's performances, especially his body positioning when it comes to those close quarters. He's very unstoppable. And D.S Senanayake College opens up their score. First Amana Bank try for DS and for Praveen Lakmal. And 2 more points to be added. The goal conversion. Buddhi the Rusuru will be taking the kicking duties for DS Senanayake. You just have to make sure that he connects this one. It's a favourable angle as well. Well, finds the left post. Very unfortunate there.
Very, very unfortunate. It was right under the posts. It was scored by Praveen Lakmal. And Buddhita Rusinu just messed it up. And the news from Maradana is that Zaira College have scored first against Trinity. They now have a lead of 7 points to nil. And the important virtual final as D.S Senanayake inside that 22 meters look for an attack. Penalty awarded for not releasing away for D.S Senanayake.
Clear release.
Referee Shankar Bekun clearly indicating that it wasn't clearly released. I think it was Temash Tilakaratna who was infringing there as Rusino puts the kick inside their own half 40-meter mark, and it will be another 7-man line out for D.S Senanayake.
Yes, absolutely. Kingswood, just that pressure pouncing on them. The first try was caught by D.S Senanayake, and now they know that they're 7 points behind, but they've got to keep their nerves down. Yes, D.S Senanayake with the Rexona line out. Beautiful line out there. Very well collected there by Sathilam Amaratunga. Now DS marching forward with their forwards. Just the big lad getting into contact.
Opts for the kick. Does the big center. There's no one at the back and kicked it out on the full. Cardinal mistake from the number 12. Yasandar Ravinu for D.S Senanayake. It was given to him by Lihara Vikramasinghe, the scrum half of D.S Senanayake, straight into the hands of the centre, and he kicks it a touch too far. And it's a line out, the first Rexona line out of the game for Kingswood rather. Takes it at the back, gives it to Fernando to Ranavira gives it to Marasinghe, who crashes ball. First pace play. Fernando to Navisha. He takes the ball into contact. Does the Kingswood captain. Yes, Fernando yet again. He gives it to Menaka Jayavira. Here's the captain yet again, Sachinta Navisha, taking the ball into contact. Still on his feet is Sachinta Navisha. Gains around 10 meters. Here's Ranavira yet again, gives it to his flank, Temash.
Back to the penalty advantage.
No advantage for a good turnover, but the referee was playing advantage in favor of Kingswood for an offside call.
Number 2.
And Kingswood will definitely put this into touch. This is Bandara, Dulaj Fernando rather, with the ball, and they've opted to go for the 3. An interesting call against the wind as well, but Captain Sachinta Navisha has decided Shamit Safras will go to the posts.
Well, yes, brilliant work there by Kingswood, injecting some pace to their game plan, isn't it, Kavit? Of course, Kingswood, they like to play with a lot of pace, so DS will have to make sure when Kingswood on the attacking end, because they can be really threatening when the ball is with them, as Shamit Safras now will look to add 3 points. Well, I believe it's a good decision, cutting down the deficit. This lad has got a good boot on him. But nevertheless, commentators curse, I believe, just doesn't bisect the 2 posts.
And it will be a 22-meter dropout. Probably be the DS center, Yasanda Ravinu, will put this into touch. From inside the 22 meters, they'll drop this out. Can't kick it out on the full. Collected by Shamit Safras, who decides to run. Takes the line on his own. Takes the ball into contact. Kingswood has ball available.
Advantage, offside, all offside.
Ranavira gives it to Hettiarachi. Advantage for another offside line. And here's Dulaj Fernando taking it quickly. Fernando in space. Just outside the 22 meters. Ball available. Penalty in favor of Kingswood yet again. This is what Kingswood need. A couple of penalties back to back. The last one they decided to kick, but this time the call is to go to the corner and form a line out. And there again, there we see the win. It did not get much meters, just around 5 meters. And just on the 22 meter line, Kingswood have a Rexona line out. This is Dulaj Fernando taking the ball into contact. Rexona line out, just a 4-man line out this time from Kingswood. They'll either look for a front peel or send it out quickly to Ranavira. Here's Ranavira, it again gives it to Marasinghe. Marasinghe takes 4 men to bring him down. Finally brought down. Fernando to Ranavira. Inside ball to Ashik Asmi. Asmi in space, gives it to the number 12. Kingswood in space and scores! Brilliant work from Kingswood. It was the number 12 for Kingswood, Imad Jan. It was a lovely inside ball from Ashik Asmi from Dinet Ranavira, and Kingswood score the first Amana Bank try of the game for themselves.
Yes, absolutely brilliant work there by Dinet Ranavira and Imad Jan. Absolutely brilliant passage of play. Kingswoodians love to play with pace. Take a look at that. Inside ball, and of course brilliant combination work there. This is what can happen once again. Take a look at that. Brilliant inside ball and a lovely offload to Imad Jan, and he made sure that he reaches over that whitewash, and that's the first time on a bank try coming in for Kingswood with the goal conversion to come.
It was lovely game sense from Dinet Ranavira. He took the ball from Dulaj Fernando and knew Ashik Asmi was on his inside shoulder and left it to Ashik Asmi, who ran and sucked in the defense and gave it to Imad Jan, who managed to finish the first try of the game for Kingswood. With the conversion to come, it's 5-all here. Right under the posts. They missed a penalty as well in the first 13 minutes of play.
Thank you, Round එකේ හිටියා ගොඩක් වෙලා ආයා කිසිම රෙස්පොන්ඩ් එකක් කරේ නැහැ. රියැක්ට් කරේම නෑ.
We'll now have the goal conversion. The referee was tending to someone who was injured, and we have Shamit Safras, who has taken his mark, and looks like the number 15, Buddhita Rusinu, is being taken off on your top right corner of the field as the conversion is through, and the goal conversion is through. Kingswood take the lead for the first time in this game. D.S Senanayake scored early, but Kingswood have replied immediately, and what a reply it was. Dinesh Ranavira inside ball to Ashik Kazmi, and then gave it, sucked in the defense and gave it to who scores for Kingswood, and they need to keep this pressure. There's a player down for D.S Senanayake early on in this game, as Yasanda Rabinu will restart things, the number 12 for D.S Senanayake. Restarts and lets the ball bounce inside, just outside the 22 meters. Kingswood have a defensive line out, which they will definitely look to put out and thump this down the field.
Yellow, number 1.
Kingswood have been really good with some phases of play.
Outside.
Yes, absolutely, Kavinta. Especially DS will have to consider about that fast play that Kingswood plays, because they love to create space. They love to play in broken play. So the defense, DS will have to concentrate that the numbers and the line speed is accurate. If not, Kingswood can be really threatening against DS.
Yeah, Kingswood have gifted away a scrum to D.S Senanayake right on the 22-meter mark. The line out was crooked. It was a good contest coming in from D.S Senanayake, and it'll be Lihara Vikramasinghe who will be feeding into this Kawani scrum. Will look for Praveen Lakmal to break, but gives it to the center straight on. Space opening up wide, lovely cutout pass, but a good tackle coming in from Kingswood. No advantage is the call from referee Shankar Bekun. Penalty for D.S Senanayake inside the 22 meters. They'll put this out into touch. And meters away from the try line. Now inside the red zone of Kingswood. D.S Senanayake, whenever they've gone to the red zone, they've gone away with points. Just one try though. But since then, they haven't come into the red zone of Kingswood. They need to go with points. Kingswood did exactly that. And it's a line out. It's a 7-man line out. Probably be a maul coming in. Praveen Lakmal to his number 4. Sets up the maul. Kingswood defending to the line. 5 meters away from the try line. First stop. Use it once is the call from the referee. Will they break from that blind side? Will D.S Senanayake? Here's an opportunity. Good defense coming in from Kingswood. They've charged D.S Senanayake 2 meters back as another fringe drive. Good counter pressure coming in from Kingswood yet again. Going through the fringes. Here's D.S Senanayake with some momentum. Lihara gives it to Praveen Lakmal. The danger forward. And inches short is D.S Senanayake. Will they score? And this way by the second Amana Bank try coming in for D.S Senanayake. Brilliant work. Yet again a line out inside their own 22. And they shoved it and they built up phases, and after 5 phases, they've gone in again and scored the second Amana Bank try.
Yes, absolutely brilliant work from D.S Senanayake. I believe it's Tumidu Senaratne who went over that whitewash. And Kavinta, Kingswood, they'll have to concern about conceding penalties because these DS forwards can be very brutal, especially inside their own half. You can clearly see how they love to set that take that line out option, set that rolling maul and drive forward because they do have brilliant forwards in favor of them.
And take a look at this touchdown. What brilliant stuff from Ashik Kasmi. The regular kicker, Buddhita Rusinu, was seen taken off a little while back. And it was the replacement kicker, Yasanda Ravinu. As the game is restarted, first to the ball is Ashik Kasmi. Ball available for Lihara Vikramasinghe. He'll give it to Praveen Lakmal, who will take the ball just outside the 22 meters. Options available for D.S Senanayake. They can either run or kick this out. Good defense coming in. Knockback is the call from the referee. Good counter coming in from D.S Senanayake, and here they give it to the corner. But finally brought down. DS somehow have managed to gain around 5 meters. Head on. Here's Vikramasinghe to Ravinu. Ravinu puts the ball to boot. Right under it is Ashik Kasmi. He gives it to Shamit Safras, who can't kick this out on the full. Puts a lovely up and under. And collects and defends as well. DS, Lihara Vikramasinghe has the option. And there's no one at the back. Puts the ball to boot. Shamit Safras has collected. He's got onto his feet and placed it inside the 22 meters for Kingswood. Here's Fernando. Fernando to Ranavira. Ranavira gives it to his big number 4. That's Dilip Prabhat. And here's Fernando to the captain, Sachin Tanavisha. He thumps it down just outside the 22 meters, and that's a good rescue from Kingswood.
Yes, definitely Kingswood will be relieved. The brilliant work done there to get out of trouble. Once again, Kingswood, yes, they love to play with injecting pace. They love to play in broken play. They love to create space. But they've got something to consider in their defense, especially conceding penalties, because DS would love to get penalties as many they can, because the forwards play that comes to play when it comes to the DS outfit can be really dangerous. As DS with yet another Rexona line out. Praveen Lakmal with the ball in hand. He will want to make sure that he's been very good with the throws, and he'll have to make sure that he just have to keep moving forward with the consistency.
It will be a Rexona line out. We are waiting for a player who's misplaced his boots. And the news from Maradana is that Zaira is currently leading 10 points to 7. And it's the 20th minute mark in that game as D.S Senanayake restarts things and forms the maul. Still going forward. The referee hasn't called use it once. Now just outside the 22 meters. Advantage coming in from the referee. Coming in from the side is the call, and a correct decision from referee Shankar Bekon. D.S Senanayake still on their feet. Now Kingswood need to engage inside the 22 meters. Just 5 meters out from the try line. Use it once is the call. Still going forward. Penalty advantage. Still being played in favor of D.S Senanayake. Just like before. Here's Ruiru, and he will go under the posts. Yasandu Ravinu goes under the post, shows and goes. There was no one in that fly half channel defending him, and he showed and sold a dummy, and right under the post goes DS, and they score the third Amana Bank try of the game.
Yes, brilliant work there once again from the forwards. They kept driving forward and forward, and the Kingswood defense was sucked on in that rolling mode and saw that some space available. And brilliant dummy work there by Yasandu Ravindra. Brilliant dummy, saw that small space. Take a look at that. There you go, brilliant step and a brilliant dummy. Beautiful work from DS, playing with some structure coming, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Kingswood straight away under pressure. D.S Senanayake rises up their score, 17 points to 7. It's a 10-point deficit now. Plenty of time remaining in this first half. Kingswood will have to surely bounce back. They cannot let the momentum go away. Yes, they are in the momentum. Kingswood will have to make sure that they find their momentum.
Alright.
17 points to 7. D.S Senanayake leading against Kingswood. D.S Senanayake currently playing with the wind. That probably is why they lead. And the go-to option has been the line out. And the line out drive has worked brilliantly for D.S Senanayake in the first quarter of this game. All three tries going in through the forwards. And the big center, Yasandu Ravindra, has scored the third. And here's D.S Senanayake inside the 22 meters, collects the number 9, looks to ruck. And run he does into traffic. And Lihar Vikramasinghe rescues it and gives it to Praveen Lakmal. Praveen Lakmal takes the ball into contact. Kingswood, there's Shamit Safras at the back. Here's Ravindra with another brilliant kick. Safras lets the ball bounce and not collected by Shamit Safras yet again from inside the 22 meters. It's a good net gain for D.S Senanayake. From inside the 22 meters, they've gained around 30 to 40 meters. And it's a brilliant net gain as D.S Senanayake will have a line out.
Yes, once again, Kingswood letting DS dominate in position. Not good signs for Kingswood because DS would love to have possession in favor of them. Especially the lineouts can be really dangerous when it comes to the forward power that has in the DS outfit. We spoke about this in the previous two tries as well. The forwards have contributed immensely for the DS outfit. And for the last 5 to 10 minutes or so, it's all been DS and it's all been in the DS half as well. There you go, once again. The number 2 jumper collecting it really well. And here's that rolling ball once again coming into play from the DS forwards. Praveen Lakmal with ball in hand in behind. Kingswood forwards will have to put on a massive effort here. This time good pressure coming in from Kingswood.
Ball available at the back of that mall. Gives it to Rasinu. He takes the ball into contact just outside the 22 meters. DS have opportunity. Here's the number 1 taking the ball into contact. That's Inod. Tamil gives it to Yasandu. Yasandu gives it to the number 10, Dinetra Ranavira. Ball available for Kingswood and DS somehow rescues it yet again. Here's Praveen Lakmal stepping back in, cutting back in. And inside the 22 meters and the ball has been turned over. It's Dulaj Fernando who has the ball now, but Praveen Lakmal was the player who was guilty of that infringement. And it was brilliant work from the Nipi scrum half, Dulaj Fernando, for Kingswood to have rescued it. And the penalty kick doesn't go out. And ball available for D.S Senanayake yet again. Ball being presented. Lihara Vikramasinghe gives it to his center, Ravrino. And here's Lihara to Praveen Lakmal. gives it at the back. Here's Ravinu yet again. He takes the ball into contact. Ball available. Space opening up wide in this side of the field. That's Mohammad Dishan. He gives it to the number 10. Lovely cutout pass to the wing 3/4. And he decides to run. Gives a lovely inside ball to his center combination. And here's Inod Tamil. He takes the ball into contact. Kingswood on the back foot. Here's D.S Senanayake, the number 8. Lovely inside ball to Praveen Lakmal. Yet again, good structured rugby. Space opening up wide yet again. 1-on-3. Should have given the ball out there. Would have been an easy try if he had given it out there. But here's Lihara Vikramasinghe to Ravinu. Here's the number 8, Ishan, taking the ball into contact. Inside the 22 meters. Good ruck pressure coming in from Kingswood. Yet again, Ravinu gives it to his center partner. Here's the wing 3/4 on the corner. And good tackle coming in from Kingswood. Good covering tackle. I think it was Ashik Kasmi. Himal Kehevage, the number 11 as well. Could have been either, but it was a brilliant covering tackle coming in. He was the last defender and had to make that tackle.
Yes, absolutely. Some relief for the Kingswoodians. There you go, DS with a massive opportunity of scoring once again. Yet another Amana Bank try. It could have been absolutely brilliant for them, but take a look at this defensive work from the wing 3/4 of Kingswood, bundling that player into touch.
Time back on.
And they'll have to make sure that they get things right in this line out because it's in the green zone of DS and it's the red zone for Kingswood. So they've got to make sure that they bounce well on the line out and of course in the clearing duties as well.
Yeah, the last line out they got in this part of the field. They messed it up, did Kingswood. Here's the hooker, Dulanjana Veerasinghe with the throw in front peel. Travelled the 5 meters. Kingswood have ball. They should put this to a player. Here's Marasinghe breaking past a couple of players. Marasinghe gives it to Jan. Jan gives it back to his captain Sachin Dhanavisha. He's in space. Finally brought down is Sachin Dhanavisha. Ball available. Dulaj Fernando gives it to no one. Here's Veerasinghe. He takes the ball into contact. There's no players at the back. Needs to release. Ball available. Dinesh Ranavira puts the ball to boot. It's a good up and under. Knocked down by D.S Senanayake. Good space identification from Dinesh Ranavira. He knew there was only one player there. And he put a thumping up and under. And D.S Senanayake have only managed to knock it on the 22-meter line.
Yes, brilliant kick there. Brilliant kick. DS player, I believe it was just on the run. Ravindra was trying to collect that ball but unfortunately lost it forward. And now Kingswood with an opportunity to bounce back. Kawan is scrummed down almost in their 22. And of course the backs will definitely look to inject some pace. We'll have to score here, Kavin, isn't it? We're almost in the 9 minutes of the first half.
Good field position for Kingswood. It will be Dulaj Fernando to feed in to this scrum.
Keep your bind, flanker.
And here's Marasinghe breaking at the back. Marasinghe in space. Marasinghe will score. Brilliant number 8 break from Marasinghe. Manusha Marasinghe for Kingswood. Breaking from the back of that scrum. And where was the flankers for D.S Senanayake? Straightened the line brilliantly and scores the second Amana Bank try of the game for Kingswood.
Number 15.
Absolutely brilliant stuff from Manusha Marasinghe. Like you mentioned, Kavind, where was the flankers for DS? Take a look at that. Dulaj Fernando feeds a scrum. Marasinghe breaks, open space, and just gets through that defense of the backs. And then comfortable try for Marasinghe. Yes, and the goal conversion's good as well. And this is what the Kingswoodians wanted. Now it's just a 3-point game. and around 4 to 5 minutes or so left in this first half, and this game's now getting a bit more interesting than it was. And absolutely stunning work from the Kingswood lads. They'll have to do more of these if they are to come back into this game, because they've been struggling to find momentum, but couple of, or rather 3 to 4 opportunities, they've been able to rightfully do so. They will have to make sure that they continue this in the rest of the first half, and of course in the second half as well.
Kingswood hitting back strong with 7 points, 17 points to 3, 17 points to 14, just 3 points the deficit. On the brink of the half time, just 5 minutes left, as Ravrino will put this deep inside the 22 meters, collected by Sachinta Navisha, who returns the favor. This doesn't go out on the full as well. Collected by the left wing 3/4, who returns the favor with another kick. Dulaj Fernando right under it, gives it to Shamit Safraz yet again, who returns the favor.
Go back.
A bit of kick tennis going on here at Bogambara. Here's Ravrino. He will look to run past the Kingswood captain Sachinta Navisha, but well tackled by Shamit Safraz. Here's Lakmal giving it to his wing 3/4. Ball available. Holding on is the call, but needed to release. Lihara Vikramasinghe to Praveen Lakmal. Yet again, ball available. Needs to roll away. Does the Kingswood player. Good truck work coming in from Kingswood. Not rolling away is the call from the referee, but the Kingswood player rolled away from the side of it. Here's D.S Senanayake on the brink of half time. Will look to definitely score and extend this lead. If they score, they have the 4-try bonus point as well. Inside the 22 meters, will this be another line out maul? D.S Senanayake have been in the same part of the field, and they've scored 2 tries from that part of the field, and it will be Praveen Lakmal with the Rexona line out, who will be throwing in. Kingswood need to be mindful. They need to negate this ball that's coming. It will be a line 2-man jumper, and jumps it right in the front. Accidental offside is the call. Kingswood have managed to rescue another, and there was a player in front. Good call from referee Shankar Bikun.
Well, yes, opportunity blown away for D.S Senanayake. Just this time not getting the basics right in that maul. Accidental obstruction. Something Kingswood wouldn't mind, because DS would have loved to score that opportunity. Kingswood did bounce back, and now just Kingswood just got to make sure that they clear their lines. Yes, Marasinghe once again breaking from that scrum.
From inside the 22 meters, here's Sachinta to Safraz, and what have you done, Safraz? He's knocked the ball on from inside the 22 meters. It was a brilliant stroll if he had collected that ball. This is around the 3rd mistake Shamit Safraz has made from the back, and they've given away position to D.S Senanayake. Yet again, D.S Senanayake holding on.
Hurry up.
They definitely will like another try coming in for themselves. To be Lihara Vikramasinghe, who will be feeding in to this scrum. There's no space in the blind side, but there's space in the open side, and that is where reset is the call from referee Shankar Bikun, and they will reset right on top of the 22-meter mark.
There's once again an opportunity in favor of D.S Senanayake College right before heading into Lemons. And the Kingswood once again with few errors, handing over position in favor of D.S Senanayake College. And now for sure, Bihar Vikramasinghe leads the scrum. Sends it out this time to the backs. Here's Pereira. Lovely short ball, but doesn't find the execution 100% correct. Well, seems like Kingswood player has maybe touched his fingertips. Kavin, the referee says that it's a knock forward from Kingswood, and it will be a scrum down in favour of DS. Once again, yet another Kavani scrum down in favour of D.S Senanayake. From a position where they can attack absolutely well. Yes, Lakmal sends it to Vikramasinghe. Vikramasinghe to the first centre. Lovely short ball there. Kingswood, good defence coming into play. Looking for options is Vikramasinghe once again using their forwards. Now inside their own 22. And brilliant defensive work there by Kingswood as they turn over the ball.
Kingswood yet again have rescued another attack from D.S Senanayake. They have been under the pump. They have been defending inside their own 22 meters. No, the wind is against them. But they should have done better. But this time around, they have really gone on and they've put this into touch as well. Against the wind, the kicks aren't travelling. Kingswood will be really happy to play with the wind in the second half. As you see the AR's flag, that's a heavy wind coming in from the left to the right of your screens. Just 3 points the difference here at Bogambara in this virtual bowl segment final. Be the number 5 Satsilu Aligasinghe to throw it for this Kingswood line out, which is a 4-man line out. To the front, ball available for Kingswood. Gives it to Marasinghe. Here's Marasinghe, the try scorer. Takes 2 men to bring him down. Good work at ruck time for Kingswood. Ball available. Here's Temash giving it to his fly half, who takes the ball into contact just outside the 22 meters. Here's Denet Ranavira to Jan to Sachin Tanavisha. Gives it to Shamit Safraz. Safraz in space. He's looking to run. There's players in support. Safraz takes the ball into contact. Ball available. Play on is the call from the referee. Good counter coming in from D.S Senanayake. Quickly taken. Here's Sachin Tanavisha. Navisha takes it quickly. Doesn't go the 10 meters. That's D.S Senanayake. Here's Kingswood. Right inside the 22 meters. Ball available. Yet another face. Now tries to slow the ball down. Does Kingswood. Here's Ranavira. Ranavira gives it to Jan. Penalty advantage coming in favor of Kingswood. Options for Kingswood, but they'll look to go through the fringes. Inches away now. Kingswood almost there.
Go back.
Just one more face. Need one more face. Inches close is the Kingswood attack. Advantage yet again for an offside. They will go back to the penalty if Kingswood manages to score, and they manages to score. Brilliant work that is. I think it's the Kingswood captain Sachin Tanavisha who has touched down right under the post, and it's the third Damana Bank try of the game for Kingswood.
Yes, absolutely brilliant work. Absolutely brilliant work from Kingswood. Take a look at that. What a comeback into the half.
Number 6.
Started off not so well from the Kingswoodians. DS had the upper hand in this half, but this dying minutes of the first half, it's all been Kingswood, especially the backs, have been really threatening. And they've managed to get the lead, 19 points to 17, with the goal conversion to come. Absolutely brilliant stuff, isn't it, Kavinta? Kingswood
Time back on.
did manage to find momentum in favor of them in the first half, in the first first minutes of the game, and now it's been other way around. They've turned the tables down, 19 points to 17, with the conversion to come.
Half time.
And the goal conversion is through as well, and that will be half time by the looks of it. 21 points to 17. What a half this has been. It has been a pendulum. It has swung around. D.S Senanayake were comfortably through, 17 points ahead, but Kingswood have come back and come back strong at the end of this first half. 21 points to 17 is the half-time confirmation here at Bogambara. And what a half this has been, Janindo. It has swung from one end to the other, and Kingswood have been really good. They have been defending inside the red zone for such a long time, but they did not let D.S Senanayake score easily.
Yes, absolutely. Looking at the first minutes of the game, Kingswood did struggle to find momentum coming, but nevertheless, in the 9 minutes of the first half, they've been able to find momentum, bounce back into the game, and just a 4-point deficit. And the second half is going to be even more interesting, as we will be right back with the second half action. Stay tuned with us.
මාස 24ක් දක්වා ගෙවීමේ පහසුකම් සමගින් මාසික වාරිකයේ රුපියල් 4999යි. අබාන්ස් ජාතියේ පරිගණක සැපයුම්කාරී.
Introducing the 2025 TVS Apache RTR 204V.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන් හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න. ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට
Rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun Tamari.
For passion, a competitive spirit. It's for the night owls, the hard workers. It's for those who do and want to keep doing. Right. Real energy.
එතකොට මහත්යාරුනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වේ
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
අවුව නිසා බොඩි එක කූල් නැත්තම් මයින්ඩ් එකත් කූල් නැහැ. ඒකට තමයි ඩෙටෝල් අයිසිකූල්. අවුවත් එක්ක ඇති වෙන දාඩිය නිසා හැදෙන විෂ බීජ වලින් ආරක්ෂා කර ඔබේ ඇඟ 3 ගුණයකින් කූල් කරයි.
Cavani.
pain can pause your active life. Get the all-new Woo Pain Relief Spray for fast, long-lasting pain relief.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Saratona enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
Let's KFC.
Making moments special. Most value for money from KFC.
Perfectly. Swiss Tech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
අව්ව නිසා බොඩි එක කූල් නැත්තම් මයින්ඩ් එකත් කූල් නැහැ. ඒකට තමයි ඩෙටෝල් අයිසි කූල්. අව්වත් එක්ක ඇති වෙන දාඩිය නිසා හැදෙන විෂ බීජ වලින් ආරක්ෂා කර ඔබේ ඇඟ 3 ගුණයකින් කූල් කරයි.
එයාව හැල්ලා බලන්න ක්ලාස් එකට go.
Black Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න O3 Spirit and Freedom Perfumed Body Spray.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
ගෙවන් යන්න ෆෝන්ස් ගන්න ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න ලොකු පොඩි හැම ෆෝන්ස් ගන්න ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න හොඳම ෆෝන් එකක් ගන්න ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Perfectly Swiss Tech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සාතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swiss Tech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Welcome back to Bogambara Stadium, where Kingswood College is currently leading 21 points to 17 against D.S Senanayake from Colombo. And this will be a virtual ball final. And here's how the game in the first half panned out. D.S Senanayake scored the first opening Amana Bank try of the game right under the post, but they could not convert. And next up, it was John who scored for Kingswood in the first half, and it was Shami Shafras who did manage to put on the extras. And D.S Senanayake, in a game where it swung like a pendulum, D.S Senanayake scored second, and it's 12 points as it stand, and Ravinu went right under the post to score the third Amana Bank try of the game for D.S Senanayake. And that is where D.S Senanayake scored the 17 points. And Kingswood coming back in the last 15 minutes of the game. Manusha Marasinghe did score under the post from breaking from behind a scrum. And the last try of the first half came to Kingswood, and came to the captain of Kingswood, Sachin Tanavisha, who's had a brilliant season so far. And that's it. It was 21 points as the two teams return. And we are going to have another big second half here, isn't it, Janidu?
Yes, absolutely, Kavin. Kingswood marched their bounce back in that first half. Absolutely brilliant. Kingswood putting up a show here. Kandy, of course, news from Maradana, 12 points to 10. Trinity getting the upper hand in that 9 minutes of the first half. Of course, there's a blockbuster as well in Maradana, and it's a blockbuster here at Bogambara as well. And few more games happening here as well, rather in this week as well. Absolutely brilliant games.
And Wesley are currently leading 17 points to 15 against Isipatana. And St. Peter's leading 14 points to 10 against Royal. And the Antonians trailing 19 points to 14 against Anand. And we have Kingswood leading D.S Senanayake here at Bogambara, where we are coming to you live. And D.S Senanayake in the second half will be playing against the Win. And they used those kicks to good effect in the first half. But now let's take a look at how Kingswood do manage to utilize the Win, as
Captain ready?
Ravindra will kick things off from the right to left in this all-important virtual bowl final here at Bogambara. Good high-hanging kick collected by the captain Sachin Tanavisha. He returns the favor with another brilliant kick, and it goes out into touch. That's the difference. The kicks in the first half for Kingswood did not travel the distance, but with the Win from inside the 22 meters, they have now travelled all the way up front to the 40-meter mark of D.S Senanayake.
Yes, absolutely kick. What a kick to get out of trouble. Kingswood continuing their momentum where they left from in that first half. They bounced back strongly. Now it's just a matter of continuing and making sure that they keep their momentum in favor of them. Possession will play a key role here. And of course, DS playing against the Win will be a disadvantage, and it will be interesting to see how they cope up with it.
Lovely couple of passes, but into touch, bundled into touch. And it will be a Kingswood line out, a Rexona line out. All together for Kingswood. And it will be Yalika Singh to throw in to this Rexona line out of 6 men. Yalika Singh. There again, DS have turned things over. Here's Lihara Vikramasinghe, gives it to the number 8, Mohammad Ishan. Ishan takes the ball into contact. Ball available. Lihara Vikramasinghe puts the ball high up and under. Collected by the number 11. He decides to run. In trouble is the Kingswood team. But however, they've managed to secure position. Turnover ball DS doing brilliantly. Ball being secured yet again by Kingswood. Here's Marasinghe. He's had a brilliant game. Here's Fernando to Ranavira. Ranavira gives it to Yalakasinghe.
No,
Yalakasinghe takes the ball into contact. Fernando to Ranavira. Ranavira will put this high up and under. Buddhiro collects it at the back. That's the number 10. He decides to take the ball into contact, but still on his feet is the number 10, Taritra Pereira. Ball available. Lihara Vikramasinghe gives it to his second row. Here's Vikramasinghe, gives it back to Ravino. He kicks the ball to Shamit Safras. Ball available.
Back.
Yet another big kick coming in. Collected by Taritra Pereira. He decides to run. Gets past a couple of players. Still on his feet. Lovely couple of steps to the right. Here's Lihara Vikramasinghe giving it to his prop forward. Ball turned over and brilliantly done by Kingswood. Dulaj Fernando takes the ball quickly. In space is Dulaj Fernando. Here's John. John takes the ball, straightens the line. Ball being knocked over. DS have position.
Ball is available.
John should have done really better. Here's Inod Kamel. Lihara Vikramasinghe gives it and squanders it. But the referee will want to have a word with the DS pack.
කෑ ගහන්න එපා කියලා නෙට යවනවා. ඒකේ ඔයාලගේ රයින් ප්ලේයර් පරක් වුණා. ඕල්රෙඩි කික්ෂුට් බෝල් එකට අත දාලා ඉවරයි. ඒක තමයි ටර්න් එක දින්නේ. ගින් කියලා නේ. කික් රාකේ ඇතුලේ කික් කරන්න එපා බෝල් එකට. ළඟට ගිහලා කියලා. මං කරන්නේ නැහැ.
Yasandu Ravindra has been sent to the bench to tell DS coach the decision of his
time back on
and awards D.S Senanayake with a penalty for kicking in the ruck, and it will be Ravinu who will put this into touch, and it will be a penalty in favor of D.S Senanayake right inside the opposition half. It will be a line out in favor of D.S Senanayake again, and it will be Praveen Lakmal who will be throwing in, and a change has been made as well for Kingswood.
Wait. Time back on.
Praveen Lakmal with the Rexona line out. Collected neatly by D.S Senanayake, forms the rolling maul, and the ball has travelled forward and still on his feet. Advantage being played for intentionally collapsing the maul. Here's Taritra, puts a small dink at the back, collected by Shamit Safras, knocked on. Advantage in favor of D.S Senanayake. A couple of knock-ons. D.S Senanayake have the option of taking either a scrum inside the 22 meters or a penalty just outside the 22 meters. By the looks of it, they've gone to the penalty that they were received for intentionally collapsing that maul, and it will be Ravinu who will put this into touch. And just like the first half, Kings would have started the second half in the same fashion, playing inside their own red zone. As we see updates, 22 points to 15 against the game against Peters and Royal. Peters are currently leading, and Trinity are currently leading 15 points to 5. 15 points to 10 against Zahira at Maradana grounds. Praveen Lakmal will be acting as the hooker for D.S Senanayake inside the 22 meters. Here's an opportunity. They'll form that maul coming in. There again. Good set. Driving forward is the D.S Senanayake pack. This time Kingswood have managed to hold on a couple of times and breaks at the back of that maul. Ball available and turnover work from Kingswood. Think it was Yalika Singh who turned it over, or was it Harith Hettiarachchi? It was one of those front row prop forwards who did all the hard work and hands it over to Samit Safras, who will put this into touch and get a territory gain and play all the way back to the 40-meter mark.
Yes, absolutely brilliant work from Kingswood to get out of trouble. Yes, like you mentioned, Kavinta, Kingswood once again playing that similar type compared to first half, conceding penalties, but this time also they were fortunate enough that the DS forwards just couldn't push enough to threaten the Kingswood forwards, and this time a short line out, and will use their backs for sure. Good rush defense from DS.
Manusha Marasinghe, here's Dulaj Fernando to Dinesh Ranavira, gives it to Temash Tilakaratna, who takes the ball into contact. Dulaj Fernando has the ball. Here's Dinesh Ranavira, gives it to the back to Sachin Tanavisha. He gives it to Samit Safras, who decides to run. Here's Ashik Kasmi. Ashik Kasmi decides to go around where there was no space, and Ashik Kasmi should have cut back in. Not the correct decision from Azmi. He's been bundled into touch. Here's a look at how it happened. Samit Safras gave the ball out. He needed to cut back in there, and he tried to go through the defender and couldn't do so. And it will be a line out in favor of D.S Senanayake again. It's this time it's a 7-man line out with Praveen Lakmal to throw it to this Rexona line out. A 6-man line out rather, with the scrum half, that is. Here's Praveen Lakmal. Was it crooked? Here's Lihara Vikramasinghe, and it will be a penalty. Probably a yellow card coming in as well.
Captain.
It was with the tackle by the looks of it, but the referee will want to have a word, and it's the first yellow card of the game. Second yellow card of the game rather. Just as D.S Senanayake lost one player, and it's the number 7 who gets his marching orders for Kingswood. And D.S Senanayake have now travelled inside the 22 meter, inside the opposition half of Kingswood.
Yes, an unfortunate deliberate knock on there, as the Kingswood player will sit in the sin bin for 10 minutes. Now DS with a massive opportunity to bounce back into the game. Kingswood with one player down. They'll have to play with 14 for the rest of the 10 minutes. And it's interesting to see how DS will make the use of it. The forwards can be really threatening. We spoke about this in the first half as well. Yes, once again a beautiful line out from DS. A beautiful throw by Lakmal. Sets that rolling maul once again. Transfers the ball, and Lakmal with the ball in hand in behind the scrum. Marching forward is D.S Senanayake forwards. Brilliant rolling maul here.
Back.
Looking unstoppable. Can they go all the way? Yes, the big man breaking from that maul.
Back.
DS now in their own 22. Marches into the green zone.
Release.
With an absolute brilliant opportunity here.
Use it.
Yes, the halfback now sends it out. Here's Pereira. Inside ball. Have they scored almost inches close away from that whitewash. Opts to go from the short side. Dives over the whitewash. First time on a back try in second half for D.S Senanayake. Absolutely brilliant work from Pereira, I believe it was. $22 points to 21. Gets the 1 point lead. D.S Senanayake doing absolutely well. Kingswood with one player down. difficult angle for the goal conversion. Can they add 2 more points? That's the question. It will be interesting if they can add 2 more points as well. That will put some pressure back on the Kingswoodians. Yes, the conversion. Well, had the direction, but just the distance are not enough. Just not bisecting through that post. Now it's just a 1 point game. Take a look at that. Lovely inside ball. Almost got into the 5 meter. And the short side was open. And a good awareness from the halfback. Just a lovely pass. It was just a matter of diving over that white wash. It's 22 points to 21. DS back in the lead. And Kingswood will restart proceedings. Puts up on a high-hanging kick. Yes, Lakmal. Dummies. Fends off 1, fends off 2. Breaks the defense. Unfortunately, passes it to the opponent player. Yes, the long pass coming in. Kingswood backs now with the counter-attack. Gets into contact. Brilliant work from Kingswood. Yes, the halfback trying to find some space.
Yes, Marasinghe. He takes the ball into contact, knocks the ball on. Does Marasinghe? There was advantage being played in favor of Kingswood. A penalty. They will put this into touch, definitely. There's a player down on this side of the field as well.
Time off. Here, offside. Rocky kick. Rocky kick offside. Okay.
Penalty in favor of Kingswood. The lead, they are trailing by just 1 point. It will be Shamit Shafras who will try to put this inside the 22 meters if they can. But it's the captain of Kingswood, Sachin Navisha, who's taken the kicking duties, and he puts in at least 10 meters with the kick, and it's just outside the 22 meters, and hence it'll be a Rexona line out in favor of Kingswood, because it was through the penalty that they put this into touch. And there's a couple of replacements being made for D.S Senanayake as well. It will be Yalika Singh who will be throwing into this Rexona line out for Kingswood. Goes and takes it at the front. Brilliant work from Kingswood. Ball being turned over, and penalty for holding on. That's the new man who has done all the hard work. Brilliant work. He wasn't the tackler, he was the jackler.
Well, absolutely brilliant work from D.S Senanayake. Kingswood with 1 player down. They have the pressure on them. And just rightfully so. Does the job very well to turn over the ball.
And news from Maradana is that Trinity have scored 22 points to 13 around at the 50th minute mark. As we have a slight delay here, we'll bring you all the other updates as well from Colombo. News from Maradana is that Trinity are leading 22 points to 13 against Zaira, and Isipatana are leading 20 points to 17 against Wesley, and the Peterites leading 22 points to 15 against Royal, and the Antonians leading 38 points to 19 against Anand. And another match, a virtual B Division final happening at Pallekele. Dharmaraj 27 points to 22 against Vidyartha at the Pallekele Trinity College grounds. 7 matches happening today. It's a super Saturday. And we have the World Cup coming in as well later in the evening.
Yes, with plenty of sporting action, isn't it? And of course, this Dialog Schools Rugby League. If you look at this week, a lot of blockbuster games and so many interesting games happening around the country today. As D.S Senanayake once again, a brilliant line out and sets the rolling ball. Now trying to march forward are the DS forwards. Kingswood, good pressure from them as well. DS have the advantage of one play extra. Kingswood have not been able to manage these rolling balls. Yes, once again, good pressure though from Kingswood. Sends the ball out now. Tries to find some open space. Gets caught in the defense.
Needs to go behind us, the Kingswood defense, and there again the big man takes the ball into contact. Here's Lihara Vikramasinghe to Praveen Lakmal. He'll know only one way, that is to barge through the defense. Vikramasinghe yet again gives it to Yasindu. Here's space opening up wide in the corner. The number 23 gives it to the number 15. John makes an important tackle for Kingswood. D.S Senanayake have gone 15 meters up front. Knockback is the call from the referee. Correct decision. And here's an opportunity for holding on. And Kingswood have turned things over. That's the Kingswood captain here again. What a season he has had. He's done almost everything for Kingswood. Has Sachinta Navisha this season. They've lost a lot of matches after having gone to the last minute. And here's the penalty. Looks like Zaira have scored again. 22 points to 18 against Trinity. What a game that is. That's a virtual final in the cup segment. And Zaira are looking like they've cut back the deficit. Kingswood, on the other hand, have a line out in their favour. This is a virtual final in the bowl segment. Kingswood have 17 points. D.S Senanayake have 14 points. And it's Kingswood with a Rexona line out. We've not had many Kawani scrums in the game because the conditions are good. As Manu Shamarasinghe takes the ball into contact from the line out. Here's the Netranavira. Gives it to John. John goes in, crashes. Ball available. Penalty advantage in favour of Kingswood yet again. Will they take this quickly? Will they put this into touch? They'll put this into touch. And Kingswood, just 1 point. Just one penalty is all they need. And they've given it to Shamit Safras, who's their most prolific kicker. And they've put it right inside the 22 meters. What a kick that is from Shamit Safras. That's probably one of the best kicks of the second half so far. And it will be Alika Singh who will be throwing into this line out.
Yes, absolutely brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. With one man down. Massive opportunity here for Kingswood. Can they bounce back? Can they score with 14 men in the field? Which will be really interesting to see.
Kingswood have been reinstated to the full complement of 15 players as Alika Singh looks to throw in. Takes it in at the front. Kingswood have a rock inside the red zone. They will go through the fringes. Here's Marasinghe. Here's Temas Tilakaratna. He takes the ball into contact. Kingswood, ever so dangerous. This is what D.S Senanayake did to them in a similar position. D.S Senanayake on the line. Kingswood need one more face. And the try has been scored. Fourth Amana Bank try of the game for Kingswood. Brilliant work through the fringes, through that line out. It was a front peel and they've gone in 3 phases after, they've gone in and scored the 4th Tamana Bank try of the game for themselves.
Just absolutely brilliant stuff, isn't it, Kavinta? With 14 men in the field, with 1 man down, and they get their bonus point as well, which will be really important, which will really matter to them in this ball segment, because all these points will do matter when it comes to deciding who have won the title. And now 26 points to 22, 4-point deficit. Can Safraz add 2 more points? If he can do so, that will put some more pressure on DS. Just the goal conversion. And seems like it's through, and that's through as well. Absolutely brilliant from Kingswood. 28 points to 22. Now it's a 6-point deficit. And this game's going down to the wire.
It's an important 6-point deficit. 2 penalties. A try won't cut it. They'll need the conversion as well. That is why that goal conversion is so important. The deficit is 6. And D.S Senanayake now have to score a converted try to come back from behind. They have 15 minutes left on the clock to do so, and Kingswood have 15 minutes of rugby time left. Temas Tilakaratne collects it. Good tackle coming in from D.S Senanayake. The 2 flankers right on his shoulders, and here's Manusha Marasinga knowing just one way is Marasinga. Ball available for Kingswood. Dulaj Fernando to Dineth Ranavira. He puts the ball high up and under. Collected by the number 11 of D.S Senanayake. He'll look to run. Dineth Ranavira on his shoulder. Finally brought down. And a penalty. It looks like it'll be a yellow card, but there was no much malice in it. He did not lift it above the horizontal. But the DS player will definitely milk this.
Yes, was it a brutal hit or not? That's the question. Referee will have to decide that. Will he go for his pocket? Yes, he's surely going to have a chat with the assistant referee. But this game, the intense has been absolutely brilliant. There you go. Well, yes, doesn't look that dangerous on our end, but it will be all a referee's decision to see whether will it be just a warning and a penalty, or will he go for his pocket? Yes, he has the skipper and the player with him, and the skipper from D.S Senanayake as well. Yes, Dineth Ranavira sent to the sin bin. Kingswood, they had 1 player in the sin bin a few minutes ago, and they once again have 1 man as well. So again, they will have to continue this game with 14 men.
Important 10 minutes coming in for D.S Senanayake, playing with that player up 15, playing 14. They'll definitely form that maul that has been their go-to option throughout the game so far, even in the first half and even in the second half. They've gone for that maul thrown in by Praveen Lakpal, collected by that man, and has been transferred. And here's D.S Senanayake going through their motions, and just like that they've managed to hold him up, but use it once is the call from the referee. Advantage being played in favor of D.S Senanayake, but there was an advantage coming in from the side by the looks of it from referee Ishanka Bekun. And it will be Ravino who will put this into touch yet again. They need 6 points. A try isn't going to cut it. The conversion has to be pinpoint as well. If they only score the try, it will be a 1-man deficit. And here's Praveen Lakmal with his about his fifth to sixth line out of the game. They've had plenty of opportunities through those lineouts inside the red zone of Kingswood, but Kingswood have managed to hold in as well. Taken in, thrown in inside the 22 meters. Here's an option. Opportunity. Use it once is the call from the referee. Has to use it now. Praveen Lakmal breaks from the back of that maul. Takes 2 men to bring him down. DS have possession. Now they will go for the fringe attack. Through the fringes is DS attacking. They have around a meter left to the try line. Kingswood are playing with 14 men. Yellow card has been issued as well. Was issued. And here's D.S Senanayake.
Go back. Penalty advantage offside.
Advantage yet again. Available for D.S Senanayake. They'll want to score right under the posts. Good work from Kingswood to hold them at bay. If they do decide to send this through, there's an overlap. Here's Ravinu Yasinuru. There was no advantage. Here's a DS player running through the corner. Finally, good work from Ashik Kazmi, but the referee will bring back play to where the penalty occurred, and it will be for an offside line. What will D.S Senanayake do at the moment? And news from Anand College grounds is that the Antonians are leading 48 points to 28 against Anand in their home grounds. And the Antonians has had a brilliant game. 48 points against Anand, who was doing really well in their home grounds. And it'll be a scrum in favor of D.S Senanayake.
Keep your bind.
Right under the posts. A position from where they should score from. If Kingswood can hold this, it'll be a huge effort. Here's Praveen Lakmal from the back of that scrum. Good tackle coming in from Sachin Tanavisha. Held up. Has to release.
Back, last foot.
Just short of the line. Here's Ravinu. Here's Sidhu. He takes the ball into the corner and scores. Brilliant work in the corner. And they have the conversion to put through as well. It's 60 minutes on our clock. And it's the fourth Tamana Bank try of the game for D.S Senanayake.
Yes, both teams are gaining their bonus points in this game. Well, amidst whoever wins, whoever loses, those bonus points will matter coming. But nevertheless, brilliant stuff from D.S Senanayake. All games going down to the wire. All games being interesting. 28 points to 27. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And the Antonians are making a surprise there at Rajagiri against Anand in their home grounds. And Trinity College just managing to get their lead as well. 32 points to 18 in the blockbuster in Maradana. So all the games just being interesting. And we are honored to bring you the live action through Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. And the conversion for D.S Senanayake falls astray. And it will be a 1-point game. Still Kingswood having the upper hand. 28 points to 27. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. And from now onwards, what Kingswood does will really matter into the latter part of the game.
Safras restarts. Collected by the number 8. He takes the ball into contact.
Release.
Lihara Vikramasinghe gives it to Ravninu, who puts a lovely up and under. This will be collected by Jan. Jan gives it to Dulaj. Here's Sachin Tanavisha, who puts the ball to boot. And here's a foot race. It will be Sachin Tanavisha who gets it. Brilliant work from the captain. Brilliant work from Sachin Tanavisha. What game sense from him. There was no one at the back. And he decided to put the grabber through and collects it all by himself and goes right over the whitewash to score the 5th Tamana Bank try of the game for Kingswood, and that probably will be it. Here's a look at it. John collects it, gives it to Dulaj Fernando. Dulaj Fernando gives it to Sachin Tanavisha, who knew there was no one at the back, and it was a foot race after that, and it was Sachin Tanavisha who was the first to the ball over the whitewash, and it's the 5th Tamana Bank try of the game for Kingswood.
Well, yes, not the best of kicks from the base from Lihar Vikramasinghe at that time. Just offering Kingswood an opportunity to score, and the goal conversion is successful as well. Now it's 35 points to 27. Once again, Kingswood having the upper hand with one player down. Absolute cinema here at Bogambara. Vikramasinghe will have something to think about. That kick from the base, it should have gone for some distance, but nevertheless it just went up high in the air. And Kingswood collected it very well. Jan, collection was absolutely brilliant. There was space available wide outside. An absolute brilliant grubber kick, brilliant game awareness. And here's the restart now coming from D.S Senanayake. Very well collected in the corner.
Please.
Marasinghe takes the ball into contact. Kingswood with ball available. They have around 5 minutes remaining. Here's Dulaj Fernando to Sachin Tanavisha, who puts another good kick with the win advantage. Here's the number 11, collects it, gives it to Taritra Pereira, who returns the favor. There's no one at the back. Shamit Safras manages to collect it, and here's another bit of kick tennis coming in from Kingswood and D.S Senanayake. Here's the number 14. Looking to run around the corner, and here's the number 14 in space. Ball available. Has the ball been turned over? No, DS have possession. It's 35 points to 27. DS needs to score now. Here's the number 11. Cuts back in a couple of times, but the tackle coming in brilliantly from Kingswood. Here's Ravrino. Gives it to Praveen Lakmal. He takes the ball into contact. A double movement, but the referee says no. It was just one. Here's Ravrino. He puts a cross kick, and it goes out on the full. Is it? It has bounced just in front, says the referee. And we have around 5 minutes remaining in the game.
Captain, 5 minutes more. Here, Captain. 5 minutes more.
It will be a line out in favor of Kingswood. 3-man line out by the looks of it. It will be Aliga Singh who will be throwing in, and it's Menush Marasinghe who will join the line out as well. Rexona line out in favor of Kingswood. Taken brilliantly. Here's Ranavira. Ranavira look to run.
No.
Looks like Kingswood have been reinstated to the full complement of 15 players. Here's an opportunity. Needs to release. Kingswood have possession. Here's the number 9 going through the fringes. The ball has been knocked on, and it will be another Kawani scrum in favor of D.S Senanayake. Kingswood will be really happy with how possession has gone, because they have around only 4 minutes remaining, and it's a scrum, and it will take around a minute or half to at least restart things.
Time has gone.
Yes, absolutely brilliant work here. D.S Senanayake with an opportunity now. Kawani scrum down in the 9 minutes of the half, in the 9 minutes of the game. Yes, Lakmal breaks, gives it to the halfback. Some space open for DS, but brutal defense coming in from Kingswood. All available still for DS Senanayake. DS will have to make sure that they march forward. No room for errors. There you go, the backdoor pass. But luckily manages to hold on to possession. Good pressure and good rush defense coming in from Kingswood. Loses the ball forward. Has it been lost forward? Well, referee says lost back. So still game alive for D.S Senanayake. And the ball has been turned over. Brilliant work from Kingswood. Absolutely brilliant. Dulaj Fernando wanted to take that quick tap, but for a moment he had to think twice. Wise decision. The best will be to go for touch for Kingswood.
It will be Sachin Tanavisha. He'll go for the 3 points. Put this game to bed. 27 points. 8 points the difference. Then they'll now have to score twice. But by the looks of it, they are taking the 3 points to take time out of the game. It's a good decision from the captain of Kingswood, Sachin Tanavisha, as Shamit Safras with the wind on his back. Will he get the all-important penalty? Has the distance? Has the direction? Yes, he does. An Alumex penalty put through for Kingswood. And it's 38 points to 27 here at Bogambara. And it's safe to say Kingswood have definitely won themselves a game here at Bogambara. Here's the man who started it. Jadadu, we need to talk about a Swiss Tech player of the match as well. For me, Dulaj Bandara, Dulaj Fernando, the Nipi scrum half, Dinesh Ranavira, the fly half, and Praveen Lakmal from D.S Senanayake, and Ravdino from D.S Senanayake, number 12, has been brilliant. But I think my decision would go to Manoj Amarasinghe, who has been everywhere. He's tackled hard and he's carried the ball hard as well. And off set piece, he scored through the back of that scrum, a number 8 break, and he scored as well. And what are your thoughts?
Well, yes, I couldn't agree with you anymore, Kavin, because Manoj Amarasinghe has been absolutely brilliant. The offense, the defense, you name it, he has absolutely contributed well for his team. And the work rate, especially being a number 8, you expect a high work rate from a number 8, and he has absolutely delivered that towards this victory. If Kingswood goes over, we believe that it's the dying minutes of the half, and for sure Kingswood will seal the game. And yes, the perfect Swiss Tech perfect player of the match could be Manoj Amarasinghe if Kingswood take this game home. And D.S Senanayake now, is this the one last opportunity for them? But even 7 points could make a big difference. Marching the rolling maul, trying their hard. Kingswood, good pressure from Kingswood as well. Here's Lakmal breaking from the maul, trying to drive in, pumping his legs, goes down into the ground. Yes, Senanayake. Yes, this time looks like they have scored. Yet another Amana back try for D.S Senanayake.
Time out. Yeah. Wait.
38 to 32 in favor of Kingswood is the scorecard with the goal conversion to come. It's Taritra Pereira who's looking to add the conversion, the goal conversion through. And it will be interesting to see if the referee has more minutes. And the conversion is through as well, and that will be the game done and dusted. Kingswood College have managed to defeat D.S Senanayake here at Bogambara, the first home game for Kingswood College. And they have gone on to hold on for a famous victory, because now it's safe to say Kingswood have probably secured the shield, the bowl segment of the Dialog Schools Rugby 2026.
Yes, Kavinta, I definitely agree with you. Just one more week to run in this Schools Rugby League 2026, and Kingswood, of course, they were in the top in that bowl segment table, and with the bonus point win today, they will surely seal that ball segment championship. But yes, they have one more game left, but by the looks of it, Kingswood College will clinch that ball title. An absolute brilliant game here at Bogambara, absolute cinema, a contest that went tight to tight, a contest that went down to the wire, but the home team having the home advantage as well, they've been able to get the upper hand in this game.
Brilliant game of rugby, the first from Bogambara in the new season of 2026 Dialog Schools Rugby. It's the full-time confirmation. Kingswood College 38 points to 34 from D.S Senanayake. It was contested right down to the wire, but at the very end, the Kingswood captain Sachin Tanavisha with some brilliant rugby IQ spotted there was no one at the back, and he managed to score, and it was brilliant rugby from everyone. And here's how DS scored that third, and just like that, the second half was one-way traffic with Kingswood scoring 3 tries in the second half. They scored only 21 points in the first. They scored 3 tries in the second. This was the last conversion put through by Shamit Safras, who had a good game as well. And news from Colombo is that there was 4 matches played, and the all important at Maradana, 37 points to 25. Trinity leading at the last minute, 37 points to 25, and the Antonians did manage to win as well against Ananda. And here's the key stats: 38 points to 34, 6 tries and 4 conversions, 1 penalty. And it's Menusha Marasinga, the Swiss Tech perfect player of the match for Kingswood, and he's had a brilliant game. And Kingswood have now secured the ball segment with 24 points. They have the bonus point here as well. And the upcoming Dialog Schools Rugby fixtures. Tomorrow we have Science taking on Mahanama at Science College grounds, and Prince of Wales taking on Lumbini, that is also at Ratmalana. And the next week fixtures, we have Wesley taking on Royal, St. Peter's taking on Trinity, Isipatana taking on Zaira, Sri Sumangala taking on St. Joseph's, St. Thomas's taking on St. Anthony's, and Thurston taking on Anand. D.S Senanayake will be facing Mahanama at Havelock Park, and Kingswood have Lumbini in that is also at the Bogambara Stadium here. And Science in the last game, they will take on Prince of Wales at Science College grounds. And that's a wrap from Bogambara. Have a pleasant evening.
To withstand every season. Modern designs, elegant finishes, made to match your style. Alumex handrails.
රාජ්‍ය සේවක ඔබට සුවිශේෂී දීමනාවක් ඕනෑම ස්මාර්ට්ෆෝන් එකක් මාස 12න් ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න. අවම මූලික ගෙවීම රුපියල් 6550 සිට ඔබ ළඟම බවුන්ස් එකට යන්න.
Dawasama refreshment the train next at the go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක්. Cavani.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
අවුව නිසා බොඩි එක කූල් නැත්තම් මයින්ඩ් එකත් කූල් නැහැ. ඒකට තමයි Dettol Icy Cool.
For passion, a competitive spirit is for the night owls, the hard workers. It's for those who do and want to keep doing.